Dominique, Clemson's offense, kind of unlike anything you see in the Big 12 week in and week out, or do they remind you of somebody?
I mean, in the Big 12, you get so many different offenses. It's hard not to see everything, you know. So like, I mean, as one team, they're different, but just like throughout every single game we play, we've seen it all. So like, the way that they run their counters and things like that, that's the same thing K-State did, you know, like when they try to run power football, and then like their fly sweeps and things like that, you know, like Baylor did, you know, and then the QB run game, TCU. It's just like we've seen it all, and like I said, guys on our defense, like the 11 that's on the field, we've all been playing for years now, so we've all had experience seeing like everything, so we're ready.
Obviously, Watson stands out to you, but any of their other offensive players, so you kind of watch film, you go, yeah, that's the one guy we got to watch.
Number 9. I mean, to me, you know, at linebacker, you know, it's all in the front 7. To us, it's all about stopping the run and trying to make them as one-dimensional as possible, so we can predict our own play calling. And number 9, their running back, he's a great downhill runner. He's a great, powerful runner. He runs with passion, you know, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity going against him and number 4. And then number 3, the receiver, Scott, yeah, he's a great player as well. And then the tall receivers, they've been stepping up big this year. Like, they really have a very complete team and with a lot of talent. So, looking forward to it. But that one player would be 9 to me.
Dominique, what are some of the important things for you guys from a principal standpoint in containing Watson?
Just everybody doing their job. You know, like, so if your job is to rush the D gap, you know, per se, or stay outside the tackle and keep it contained, like, it's not your job to try to make a play and go underneath. You know, like, your job is to like stay on the outside and keep it contained. So to me, it's just a thing of everybody doing their job. And if you have the opportunity to make a play, you just got to make the play. Like, you can't let the moment be too big for you. You know, it's like, so for us, you know, in the QB run game and things like that, like we, you know, if everybody does their fits and then me and Jordan have an opportunity to make the tackle, we just have to make the tackle. You know, it's just everybody winning their man-on-man matchups and then doing their job. And that's the way that our defense is going to be successful.
Are there some cases where you guys as linebackers have to make the decision, run or pass, come up or stay back?
Yeah,
pretty
but
much designed.
it's not designed. This is the thing, us watching tape, seeing down the distance, knowing their tendencies, knowing what he likes to do on certain things. That's just a lot of stuff that we've been doing throughout this past month off, you know, trying to be as well prepared as we can be. And it's just something we got to be ready for, you know, like in the game, you know, there's no telling what down the distance he's going to decide he wants to, you know, throw or pull down the ball and run. So we just got to be ready for whatever and just be ready to play.
Is there a number on third down, though, that if it's 3rd and 5 or 4, whatever that number is, that you know he's probably going to run that read option?
I mean, yeah, we know it, but I ain't gonna tell him, you know, like that we know it, but we know it, you know, and really, whenever he wants to run it, whenever they want to do whatever they want to do, we'll be ready for whatever.
What's the mindset in terms of preparation and your guys' focus? It seems like this is a dream to get to this moment, and then it would be with you 24/7. It would be on your mind. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's on. Well, me personally, like it's on my mind 24/7. You know, like really when I sleep, I think about making plays against Clemson. You know, like from an individual standpoint, 'cause, you know, you gotta see it to believe it. You know, like yourself first, and it's just like. From a standpoint, it's just been on our mind so heavy that, like, in the past month, it's just like guys had just been waking up, like, because they gave us like a week off at one point, and it was just like guys was just waking up at 7 o'clock, just going straight to the Huff, our rec center, and you would see guys in the Huff lifting and things like that, just because like this was like the only thing on their mind was like being as well prepared as we could be for this opportunity, because guys don't want to look back on it like 10 years from now and say I wasn't as prepared as I could be in this game, and that's why we couldn't go to the national championship and things like that. So it's just like guys are locked in, focused, because we know this is everything we've been working for.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I guess that was outside of anything Schmitty wanted you to do with that. Just kind of like nervous energy.
Not nervous energy. It's just being so anxious to get to the game. You know, it's just like why would I sit around, you know, and just be lazy all day, you know, when I could just be at least trying to get better, you know, or like working my muscles a little bit, stretching, doing something every day to get better, so we can be everybody that plays will be as ready as they could be to play.
And you notice that with a lot of players, though, that players use.
Yeah, no, not just me. You know, there's a lot of players. Like every single guy, it's like this whole month off has just been, what can we do to get better? Like even when we did 7-on-7 without the coaches there, when they were out recruiting and things like that, it was a competition thing. What can we do to get better? What can we do to get better? Like when guys were running sprints, when we were working our conditioning, when the coaches weren't there, it wasn't a jog. It was like we still were running hard because we know we had to get in this Miami shape. It was always preparing for this. Like everybody was always focused on the big picture. And I think that's one thing. Like that comes with maturity, leadership, things like that. And I think those are the things that also help us be the team that we are today. Yes, sir.
Does last year's game play into this game much? The revenge factor?
Yes, sir. I mean, anybody who says it doesn't, it's not the truth. Anytime, like we're all men. If you take a loss, you're always gonna want to get it back, to anybody. We've been able to do that with 4 teams this year. That's not like been a big thing, but going into those games, it brings a lot of passion, a lot of preparation, and then like I was just saying before, seeing the actual live copy of the game on ESPN last year and the way the media were talking about us and things, it was deserved, because we didn't come out there and play. It looked like there was one team out there, but. We, hearing things like that, it just makes you want to go out there and play, and it's gonna play a factor into it, and it's gonna bring guys passion levels to a whole other level.
What's your first thought when you saw Clemson put up a tombstone?
That everybody has their own little thing, that's cool, that's cool, but we'll see this year, but that's just how they celebrate their win. Congrats.
A lot of guys, when asked about last year's game, they use the word embarrassing. You think it was embarrassing?
Definitely. We're the University of Oklahoma, not saying like that, but we don't lose 40-6. That's embarrassing to anybody to lose. That's getting dubbed. That's embarrassing. That looks like we weren't even in the game, like we didn't show up. And when you watch the game, that's what it looks like. So it's like we're definitely ready to go back out here and show, that we can play.
Given the result from last year, and you're playing the team that was the number 1 team in the college football playoff rankings the entire way through, you guys are coming as the favorite. You think that's deserved, or was that even unexpected for you?
That's on the outside, looking in, that favorite stuff. We just looking at it as a game, the number 1 team. They're the only team in the country who went undefeated, and so they deserve everything they have, and they got us. And we got in last, we're number 4. We're just looking forward to the opportunity to playing, just showing, just getting out there and playing. Really, we don't look at all the favorites and all that stuff. We deserve to be here. That's a fact, and they do too. And it's gonna be a good game the 31st.
You guys have seen enough tape this year, or so far the last couple of weeks. What's it like trying to stop a guy like Deshaun Watson on the runs as well as the passes, and then you're throwing a guy like Wayne Gallman also coming out of the backfield?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's just, they have a lot of talent, a lot of attention goes to number 4, but it's like they just have they have a complete team on the offense. And with number 9 at running back, he's a great player. Especially to me, he's one of the best backs I've seen all year on tape. And then going against him last year, he was one of the best backs, I think, as well. Just the way that he runs the ball downhill and things like that. But we've been preparing for it. And but they do have a real good offense. It's just all the attention goes to number 4. But they have players.
Anything?